Hello world, I am coming to you live from my kitchen. I'm here to do a video that I'm very excited about. So this video, as you can see by the title, is going to be some Wentworth fan fiction. Are you fucking serious? This is happening now? Oh God. So this is going to be some Wentworth fan fiction. This fan fiction was not written by me. It was written by Liam Griffiths. He writes fan fiction. He's been doing it for some time. He's begun his fan fiction after season 9. This piece of fan fiction, he has titled it Behind the Bars. And it says fan fiction Wentworth spinoff. And this story is available on Wattpad. I'll leave the link to his Wattpad page down below. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read to you the story. All right, here we go. So it has been 5 months after the bomb at Wentworth, and Lou gets transferred to Barnhurst with her new lover, Michelle Kelly. Let me just stop right here. When I started reading this, I'm not going to be reading and stopping and reading and stopping. I'm just going to stop this one time. When I saw that Liam made me one of the women of Wentworth, even though technically I'm not in Wentworth, I'm in Barnhurst, but he made me an inmate. My last name is now Kelly, which means that Lou Kelly and we've married. She asked me for my hand in marriage, and clearly I said yes, because my last name is now Kelly. I saw my name written, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, I'm in fan fiction? This is fantastic. So it has been 5 months after the bomb at Wentworth, and Lou gets transferred to Barnhurst with her new lover, Michelle Kelly, and they are married. Michelle has come to prison for assault. She has been sentenced to 3 years. Lou is very protective of her, and when they arrive at Barnhurst, all the prisoners are looking at them, and Lou shouts, "Got a problem, ladies?" Then Lou and Michelle get put in the same unit, which is J3, and an inmate in the unit comes to Lou and says, "What you both in for?" Lou: "I'm in for blowing up Wentworth." Inmate: "And what are you in for?" Michelle: "Assault." Lou then asks, "Who is the top dog?" And the inmate says, "You'll meet her in work unit." Lou: "Well, I hope she's a good top dog." Inmate: "You won't want to mess with her." Meanwhile, Lou and Michelle head to the laundry holding hands. They arrive in work unit, and Lou says, "So where's this top dog?" Then all of a sudden, Maxine Conway walks to the steam press and says, "Well, well, well," and pushes the steam press down and says, "Welcome to Barnhurst, Michelle." And Lou: "I'm in charge here. Do you understand?" The whole room gets quiet. Then Maxine says, "You cross me, you will regret it. I've heard stories about you, Lou, and the trouble you put Wentworth in. I won't have any of that in here." And that is how part 1 of the story ends. I was like, oh my God, Maxine, she's back in prison, okay? She was never released. They must have just done all her treatments there, and she got better. She's top dog now, and she's serving her time in Barnhurst. When I read the line that it was Maxine Conway, I was like, oh, Maxie, she's in here too. It was great. So now, part 2 of the story. There's only 2 parts so far. The morning after, Maxie comes to see Lou and J3 and says to Lou, "I found out you made Boomer's life hell at Wentworth, and no one crosses my close friend, or they will pay." Lou: "What are you gonna do?" Maxie: "I'll take you down." Lou: "Oh, I've dealt with worse people than you." And Maxie goes back to her unit. Later on, an officer comes to J1 and says to Maxine, "Conway, we have a new prisoner in admissions. We need your help." Maxine goes with the officer to admissions. When they arrive, Maxine is shocked to see Boomer sitting on the bed crying. Maxine: "Oh, Booms, what's the matter?" Boomer: "I'm scared. I'm pregnant and I'm scared of the baby." Maxine: "What? You're pregnant?" Boomer: "Yes." Maxine hugs Boomer and says, "Don't worry, Boomer. I'll protect you. I'm the top dog in here." And Boomer then says, "Oh, thanks." Then a guard comes in and says, "Conway, take Jenkins to your unit." Maxine says okay to the guard as they're walking to the unit. Boomer spots Lou in the corridor and says, "Maxie, what is she doing here?" And Maxine: "She arrived yesterday." Boomer: "I don't want her hurting me or the baby." Maxine, don't worry, she won't. She will have to get past me first to get to you. Lou sees Boomer and says, I wasn't expecting you to be here, Booms. Boomer, deal with it. Lou smirks at Boomer and Maxine gets in Lou's face and says, I'm warning you, Lou. Hands off. And Lou puts her hands up in protest and says, whatever you say, top dog, and starts laughing. Meanwhile, Maxie and Booms arrive in the unit. Maxine, here we are, Booms. Home sweet home. Boomer, it feels weird not seeing Allie, Ruby, and Rita. Maxine, I'm sure they'll be okay. Maxie then shows Boomer to her cell. Later on, all the women are out in the yard. Lou is playing basketball and sees Boomer sitting by herself. So Lou heads over to Boomer and says, you all right, Booms? It's been a long time. Boomer, go away, Lou. Lou, I looked after you, Booms. Boomer, you never looked after me, Lou. You treated me horribly by putting a bag over my head and nearly killed me, then made me feel bad about killing Liz and nearly chopped off my finger. Get lost. Lou, I'm sorry about that, Booms. Boomer, I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth and never will, and the amount of trouble you put me and my crew through. Maxine sees Lou talking to Boomer and walks over and says to Lou, I told you to leave Boomer alone. I won't tell you again. Then Lou says to Maxine, bring it on, Maxine. Maxine and Lou stare at each other in the yard. Michelle comes over and tells Lou to leave it alone. And Lou says, okay, baby, to Michelle, then says to Maxine, you're lucky that Michelle stopped me or I would have come for you. To be continued. Oh my stars. Let me tell you something. Things are going down in this story. I thought this story was so fun. I love how Maxie and Boomer are together again. Maxie can now help Boomer raise the bubba. I'm so delighted to be in this fan fiction, okay? I'm so glad that Lou and I married. You know what I'm saying? And she made an honest woman out of me. And you know, we're together in prison forever, just like I wanted. Shout out to Liam Griffiths for making this fan fiction, which I absolutely love and cannot wait to see what else you come up with. I can't wait to see what happens in the halls of Barnhurst, okay? And I hope you guys enjoyed the story as well. So before I go, we're going to be doing a quick Wentworth Fan Art appreciation time. Today's Wentworth Fan Art person is going to be, I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm going to just read it the way that I think it is. T. Robert I. Art, all one word. I don't know if I said that correctly, but we got Vera Bennett over here in a pencil sketch, okay? I love her eyes. So she's got this fierce look in her eye. You could see that this is during the time after she killed her mom, okay? Because she's got the bun in her hair. She looks like she means business, okay? And then the next picture that they sent me was this one of our beloved B. Smith. So you could see here, she's already got the shaved sides. She's got the slice on her forehead given to her by Frankie during their infamous laundry room fight for top dog, okay? I love how they captured B. Smith's bone structure, the cheekbones, that jawline, her long neck. I love the shadowing under her neck. I love the redness of her hair, like that red color. First of all, that's a fantastic lipstick color. I would wear that as a lipstick color. And I love the teal of the sweater. I'm gonna try to zoom in. Look at the shadows. I love the shadows. I'm big on shadows and highlights as far as drawing and sketching goes. And I love how you could see that dark shadow in between the hoodie and B. Smith's flesh. The shadows underneath the chin, in the corners of the eyes. It's great. I love the use of color in this one. And yeah, that's it. If you liked this video, you already know what to do. Like my shit, subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so, all right? And ring the notification bell so that you could be alerted to when I make videos in the future. World, that is it. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching. Bye.